Myself, Mrs. Subi Basil. Topic: Application and removal of plaster of Paris. It is a rigid device applied to immobilize the injured bones to promote healing. Means it is a hard device used to immobilize the injured bone. Purpose: applied as first treatment to immobilize the bone or joints. Act as a splint to apply pressure on bones. To correct further complication. To provide support. To prevent micro movements in joints. Bone fracture. Means it is a first treatment to immobilize the bone or joints. It is used as a splint to apply pressure on bones. To prevent chance of further complication, provide support to reduce small movements in joints and bone fracture. Indications: first, bone fracture; second, dislocation; third, bone weakness; fourth, ligaments injury; fifth, joint swelling due to disease; sixth, nerve, tendon or vessel repair. Type of cast: first, upper extremity; second, lower extremity; third, hip spica; fourth, shoulder spica; fifth, finger or thumb spica; and sixth, body cast or plaster jacket. First, upper extremity. In that, first, long arm cast; second, short arm cast; and third, arm cylinder cast. Long arm cast. It is applied arm from the hand to about lower 2/3 of arm till the level below armpit, leaving fingers and thumb free. That means it is starting from 2/3 of arm till below armpit. In that, fingers and thumb leaving free. This is a picture of long arm cast. From the picture we can see it starts from 2/3 of arm till armpit and fingers and thumb are free. Short arm cast. It is just below the elbow. This is a picture of short arm cast. In this picture we can see it starts just below the elbow and till armpit. In this case also the fingers and thumb are free. Arm cylinder cast. It covers upper and lower arm and elbow but leave wrist and hand free. This is a picture of arm cylinder cast. And in this picture we can see it covers upper, lower arm and elbow but wrist and hand are free. In this picture see the difference of three casts: short arm cast, long arm cast and arm cylinder cast. Second, lower extremity. In that, first, short leg cast, second, long leg cast and third, leg cylinder cast. Short leg cast. It includes the encasing of foot, ankle and lower leg ending below knee. Encasing means covering. That means it covers foot, ankle and lower leg ending below knee. Short leg cast. We can see it starts just below knee and it covers foot, ankle and lower leg and toes are free. Long leg cast. It includes the encasing of foot and leg to the hip. From this picture we can see it covers foot and leg to the hip. Leg cylinder cast. It is similar to long leg cast, but in some cases it may end just above the ankles. Leg cylinder cast. From this picture we can see same as long leg cast, but in this it ends just above the ankles. See the difference of three cast: short leg cast, leg cylinder cast and long leg cast. Third, hip spica. It includes the trunk of body and one or more legs. It includes trunk and one or more legs. It is of three types: unilateral hip spica cast, 1 1/2 hip spica cast, bilateral long leg hip spica cast. First, unilateral hip spica cast. What is unilateral? Unilateral means one side. From trunk, one leg completely covered. The other one is free. In the second picture, in 1 1/2 hip spica cast. In this we can see from the trunk, one leg is covered completely and the other one covers till the knee point. Third, bilateral long leg hip spica cast. What is bilateral? Both sides. From the word itself we can understand both sides. Both legs are covered. Fourth, shoulder spica. In this, the trunk is covered from shoulder of the involved side to iliac crest and involved limb is covered till wrist or hand. This is a picture of shoulder spica, and from the picture we can see the trunk is covered from shoulder of the affected side to iliac crest and the affected limb is covered till wrist or hand. Fifth, thumb or finger spica. It includes long arm cast and short arm cast covering thumb or fingers. From the picture we can see it is like long arm cast and short arm cast covering thumb or fingers. Sixth, body cast. It is rarely used and it is for spinal problem. An encasement or covering for trunk, especially thorax. In this cast, the anterior thorax and anterior abdomen areas remain open. From the picture we can see it is to cover trunk and thorax. In this case we can see the anterior thorax and the anterior abdomen is remain open. Procedure for application of cast. Assess client's health status. Explain the procedure to client and start IV line as advised. Immobilize the part by applying splint to affected part and provide position on bed. Assess the affected part for rashes, breakdown and bruising. Let's see the points. The nurse should assess the health status of the patient. It includes should see whether the patient is diabetic or malnourished. Procedure should be explained before the procedure. Start IV line if advised. Next, splint should be applied to immobilize the part and provide comfortable position. Next, to see is there any rashes, breakdown and bruising on the affected side. Determine client's pain status. Arrange the articles. Place the Macintosh. Prepare the client by removing splint and positioning the body part on bed or fracture table as required. Wash hands and don gloves. Part preparation. Apply glycerin to prevent swelling. Lactocalamine lotion to prevent allergy. Apply betadine gauze piece if any wound. and cover or apply stocking over the part to be casted. Let's see. Assess patient's pain level, then provide analgesics. Arrange articles and place Macintosh. Remove splint and give position. Wash hands and wear gloves. Part preparation should be done. Apply glycerin to avoid swelling. Lactocalamine lotion to prevent allergy. Betadine gauze if wound present, and apply stocking over the part to be casted. Wrap the part to be casted by the cotton roll or by soft cotton. Dip the rolled POP bandage into lukewarm water. Then wait till the bubbles stop coming out of bandage. Take it out of the warm water and squeeze POP bandage gently. Hold the part to be casted. Apply rolled dipped POP bandage onto the affected part to be casted. If required, take another POP bandage to complete the cast. Wait till the time it hardens. Let's see. Wrap the part by using soft cotton. Next, dip the rolled POP bandage into lukewarm water. Then wait till bubbles stop coming out of bandage. Take it out of the warm water and squeeze the POP bandage gently. Hold the part to be casted. Apply rolled dipped POP to the affected part if required. Take another POP bandage to complete the cast. Wait till when it becomes hardens. If the cast become hardened, then tell the assistants to leave the pressure onto cast area. Position the casted part by placing a pillow under it to elevate the part. Remove gloves and replace articles. The cast should not be too much hard that it can decrease the blood supply to affected part. So, ask clients to move his or her fingers to confirm the sensation or control. Record application of cast and condition of skin and circulation. Record the client's ability to perform ADLS. Let's see. If it hardens, then tell the assistant to leave pressure on the cast area. Then place pillow under the casted part to elevate the part. Remove gloves and replace the articles. Then POP should not be much hard because it decreases the blood supply. So ask the client to move fingers to confirm sensation. Record application, condition of skin and circulation. Record patient's ability to perform ADLS, means activity daily living. Complication: impaired blood flow, nerve damage, tissue necrosis and infection, cast syndrome, foot drop, decubitus ulcer, joint stiffness, wound infection. What is meant by cast syndrome? It is a partial or complete obstruction of the duodenum. Because of that, nausea, vomiting and abdominal distension is occurring.